Homies, we're back. We are back, and I've got the step up I needed. Yeah, so I disappeared a little bit again. Shit happens, you know? I got to the realization point that, and I told you this was going to happen, and I accepted that it was going to happen. It's still always going to be a little shitty in the moment when you finally hit that wall, and what you got so passionate about last month isn't really hitting anymore, you know? Even if it's working, it's not motivating you anymore. And I was maxing out every single day, which is my goal for every single program I run, max intensity, but I was literally trying to hit max out weights every single day, doing at least 2, if not 4 lifts a day, which, again, it works the way that I did it, listening to my body, always stopping if I felt bad when it came to the technique or actual pain-wise. But if I felt good, looked good, technique is where it needs to be, do as much as you want, you know? I still live and die by that. Here's the biggest issue, is that, let's say in a perfect world, I have no job, I have perfect sleep, and I can go to the gym at the same time every day whenever I want. That's how I used to be when I first started college. Didn't have to worry about shit, especially when I did online classes. I had nothing to do but eat, sleep, and go to the gym and not do shit else. Man, you take that time for granted. But I'm thankful for the effort and the work that I put into my daily life currently. You know, that's what gives me the passion and the motivation to keep living the best that I can, right? So it's not that I regret any of the hard work I do, but my current schedule at work is 3 on, 1 off, 6 on, 1 off, 1 on, because I have to work Fridays for some fucking reason. Then I get Saturday, Sunday off, and I'm back to my 3 on, and it just repeats over and over and over. And I never have enough days in a row to fully veg out and relax, because my days off, I have to get life stuff done outside of work, because I work 9 to 5. The main businesses are not open when I'm working, and I have to just put everything that I don't want to do into a day that I have to do it. So this over fatigue, this burnout from working all the time it's been getting to me. I'm not going to sit here and lie about that, and that's fine. You know, it is what it is. Shit happens. But when I get to this point, you got me fucked up if you think I'm going to just sit around and not change, to adapt to what I need to be better and feel better and get that passion going again. The reason I took the past 2 days off, 3 days for you guys, I came in 3 days ago after my rest day, tried to do it, and I had no energy left. Nothing was locking out. I felt horrible. And the biggest thing is that I had zero passion and motivation to lift whatsoever. It wasn't even a technique issue. It wasn't a strength issue. I had no desire to be there. And I will live and die by the fact of, you should not do things that feel obligational. You should not force passion. Passion will come to you as long as you are consistent, disciplined, and then you persevere beyond the differences and get that passion. But man, I had to walk away. That's the shittiest part. I never walk away from this sport. And it was the first time, I think, in years, other than being seriously injured, that I felt like I had to stop. I'm at the peak of my sport, feeling wonderful, and I had to walk away because I can't not go to work. I'll get fired, you know? Oh, man. So I'm glad I got the days off I needed, but here's the thing you have to remember and tell yourself, no matter fucking what, no matter what, every time. No matter how big a step back or how long a step back you need to take to recuperate and get your shit together, you must tell yourself, believe in yourself, and commit to yourself that you will come back. That's the biggest thing about a passion, is that no matter how long you do it or how good you get at it, at some point you will hit such a wall to where you have no idea what to do, because either you've tried so many things that you can't come up with something, or shit just isn't working for a period of time that makes you not want to do it anymore. And everybody goes through this. It's normal. Everything that you feel the most passionate for in life, you eventually come to a point of hating it for a short period amount of time, because the things that we love and we care about the most, we wouldn't cherish and be grateful for in the way that we are if they just came to us, you know? You have to persevere beyond that struggle and that shit period of time to find new purpose and new passion in the things that you truly care about. You know, I wouldn't be at this point if it didn't go that way. But my typical bumps in the road have been easier to overcome. And, the year that I spent recovering my left quad tendon, no, that was not fun. But it's the idea that I could always work on something new to try to get better. Because it was never a question of like, when will, if I would ever be able to do what I could in the past again. I always believed that I get back to it. I just had to persevere beyond the injury. But it's easy to be in that state of motivation because I was forced to stop. The hardest bumps to get over are the bumps where you have to force yourself to walk away despite being perfectly fine otherwise, When the passion well runs out, man, it is hard to get your shit back together and get back. And that's why I always tell you guys to just run the programs you want to run. Whether it's efficient or not, or it has no rhyme or reason or not, does not fucking matter. Do the best and maximum intensity effort that you can every day, regardless if that means weight, technique, experience, doesn't matter. If you are pushing 100%, you'll know, and you will want to commit to it to the maximum amount no matter what every single day. So I know that my program seems stupid, I know they seem sporadic, but I like changing it up as much as possible so that it feels like I can put new purpose and passion into it as much as possible. And so that eventually so much time will pass that I can get back on old programs that maybe didn't work the first time, that I can reinvent in a new day, in an earned future. Because I can't control what happens in the future, but I can at least give my best in the present moment so that when the future comes and the opportunity presents itself, I can give it the absolute best opportunity possible to adapt to that change and that new experience, This is how it's working right now. I'm literally taking it day by day. This was a program that I really wanted to just get in there and try. Zero expectation. Because this is a thing that I hate that people do. Because I am all about hoping to the highest extent. I think it's okay to be hurt as long as you can mentally prepare yourself and accept that hurt so that you can overcome it, or that disappointment, whatever it comes into. Embracing the negatives and overcoming them are what make the positives so much better and turns into passion. So I like to have maximum hope as much as possible with zero expectation. And a lot of people think that means that your expectations are beneath the floor and you always are okay with the worst happening. Now, I'm always okay with anything happening no matter what, as long as I'm putting in my best foot forward. But the idea is to have zero expectation. If you have a negative expectation, that's still an expectation. Whether the expectation is positive or negative, no matter the extent, you put a limiter on yourself. You set the limit before you even give it the chance to try. That is what fucks people's potential over, You have to give yourself the chance to learn and figure it out as you go in that present moment so that you can actually see what you're capable of. Today's experience probably will not be mimicked at all tomorrow because of how hard I went. But I just can't know. So I will go to the maximum extent again just to see what might happen. This is how it's riding right now. This is what my brain is cooked up. I'm not a fan of volume whatsoever, but I am a fan of going as hard as I can every workout. And I've done enough max outs lately. I don't want to do it anymore, period. I wanted to get a schedule going where I'm not in the gym that long comparatively, and I can have more time at home with my partner and with myself. I haven't had any me time with this shit. So right now, I was going to do snatch, back squat, and bench press today. Tomorrow would have been clean and jerk front squat. And it's going to be percentage-based program where I do my blocks like I used to. And it'd be minus 10% per week I do. So 10% of 275 is 27.5. So I subtract that from 275 twice. That's what I'll do on block 3. So it's 220 this week, 250 next week, 275 peak week. I highly underestimated how much I could do in one lift and how hard it was going to be to continue beyond that lift. I just wrote in 220 max attempts, no matter what. I could take a little bit of rest time between whatever sets burnt me out the most, sit down for a minute or two at the most, kind of like how you would do in competition, but always getting back up. I don't think I ever took more than a minute break between each rep. And man, this is the biggest surprising part. I may have miscounted, but because it was so much. I thought I was going to get 10, maybe 15 at the most. Just taking my time, going as hard as I can, minimal rest. I got to the point, I think around rep 10 to 12, where my back was really burning, because, every time you do max volume, you're going to see exactly what your limiting factor is in each lift, because it's going to burn out to such a point to where everything else has to work twice as hard to make up for that limiting factor. My low back in the snatch is what gets burnt out first, like how in the clean and jerk, my core typically burns out first as well. I hit that second wind because I pushed through that burn and embraced that burn till numbness and was just okay with it. As long as the technique was good and I didn't feel like I was going to get injured, I keep pushing. That's max intensity. And the moment I got to like rep 12 to 15, I got that second wind. And I was in my fucking hurt mode. Like I was hurting every rep. But I flourish in the hurt. I supersede that shit so that I can see if I'm actually capable of doing more, because the weights just kept moving. And at this light of weight, every rep is going to look easy when they are fully as hard as I can make them. Truly, my mid and low back were fully numb to the point where I was just full whipping it with a fucking dream by the end of it, just hoping that it would lock out overhead. But that speed and that commitment under the bar is what I want from this. And the volume is going to be cut extremely high every time I go up in weight. You know, the 250 next week, I might not be able to do more than 10, maybe even less. That's fine, you know, but it's the idea of pushing it to the max that you know you can do. I'm pretty sure I got like 33 total attempts. And the biggest thing that I'm happy about is 2 misses. I did not expect that. To have mostly makes on 33 attempts at 220? I was snatching for, unironically, 45 minutes straight. Oh my God. I could not have fathomed that was a possibility. Ever. So that was what I wanted. That's what gets you that pep back. Because even though I walked away and gave myself some me time, it's not going to make you feel better long term. It's a short term way to medicate that stress and that over fatigue from work. But you have to come back. You have to. Because I know, and I know you know if you've been consistent, that coming back and working harder in the things you're passionate about, despite how overworked you are at work, will make you more passionate and motivated in the long term. I'm going to be more physically tired, sure. But this is where the passion comes from, man. This is what gets me wanting to wake up and do my best every day and makes me want to do more shit to give myself more me time. You know, I don't feel passion when I'm just doing one little thing at a time every day and then giving myself as much of a break I want. I have to come back and try my best. So I don't know if you'll hear it with how low I put the volume, but I was screaming every rep. I couldn't help it. I had nothing left, and that is fucking awesome. I felt like Shishi Young when he's doing his power cleans. That man can yell, and that's the energy I fuck with. But anyway, physically, I pushed it to the fucking limit, and I am burnt the hell out. But now that I've had time to relax, get in the massage chair, and get home, I'm not even fatigued. It's just that short-term burn that I really lived in, and I just cut it at the snatches. There was no chance that it was going to be even worth doing squats and bench after that, because that's how my knee got hurt the first time, doing too many exercises at once all the time. As much as I know I'll probably get stronger faster and maxing out several lifts every day, I want to be more low-key when it comes to my strength. I know I'm strong. I want to put more effort in the commitment to the lifts. So I'm going to give each lift its own day. It's going to be 5 on, 1 off. And that seems really bad, but I'm only doing 1 main lift a day. No. I don't know yet. That's the idea. But here's what's probably going to happen. I can only do snatch and clean and jerk on their own days. No way I can do this together. I'm burnt the fuck out. However, back squat, front squat, and bench press might be able to happen on the same day. Not because I'm forcing it, but when I think about it, I'm only going to be doing 1 top burnout set. And because I can't just put the weight down and come back to it, I might be able to just do 1 burnout set on each, take a rest day on that 4th day, and then repeat after. The bigger thing that might happen, I just haven't decided what I'm most passionate about yet, is I could do like a snatch day, a squat day, a bench day, and then a clean and jerk day and a front squat day to keep everything split evenly and give myself even amount of Olympic lifts throughout the week that are more spread out. But when I come in to do my back squat, front squat, bench press, whatever weight is chosen, like this week will be 395 for back squat. I do for failure sets, and right before that maximum failure rep, where I know I'm going to fail it, I just put it up, give myself however much time I need to recuperate, and try to do several sets of failure. See how that goes. Because based off today, like I feel like that could emulate what I just put in. And I think that much effort every single day will make it to where I can stay consistent and maintain all of my lifts, even though I'm only doing one a day. But I really haven't chosen, So it's either going to be several failure sets for my power lifts across 5 days in a row, 1 day off, or it'll be snatch day, clean jerk day, and then just doing a top max out weight for one set on my power lifts. Because those are more accessory lifts compared to my Olympic. But still, I don't know. And the heavier I go, it's going to be really hard to emulate that. Because, back squat, at the final peak day would end up being 495 back squat for however many I could do. 405 front squat for how many I can do. And 365 bench. I don't know if I can do that. I feel like that'd be way too much. So we'll figure it out. One way or another. I can give it a physical of I have to give it I'll give it a 9.1. And the only reason it's not way higher, because today was great. I made good fucking progress, but it started slow. And I think if this was going to be a normal max day, I have the strength to put 275 up right now, sure. But the stability and the technique did not shine until I pushed through that grind and committed to it and came back to it. So I really only started catching my stride after I accepted that big pain, that real burn. But I haven't been sore in a long time, and that got me feeling away. So I can leave it there for sure. Mentally, easily, got to give it a 9.55. That sounds pretty good. I'm back. It feels so good to be back, even though I don't have a lot of time to myself, and this takes up a huge portion of the only little bit of free time I have in the day. Oh, man. It gives me purpose, man. It makes the little shit that I do in my personal me time feel 5 to 10 times better because I've earned it, One way or another, back tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck the program's going to be, but I will figure it out as I go. I really like the idea of giving each lift its own day and doing several max sets of the weights on the power days to give it that maximum effort. I just have no idea how it's going to feel yet. And it'll give me more time to recover each lift on their own. Because I'm typically not good at each lift because I do them so often every single day. So we'll figure it out one way or another. I'm just yapping at this point. I appreciate you guys sticking around, coming back. Because I have no idea what's going to happen, but this is the movement. This is what's going to happen for a little bit. It won't last, and that's okay. I will adapt and I will overcome, but at the moment, I am earning my passion right now. And that commitment to come back is what's really got me the most excited. Because I pushed through the burnout. I got to a point where I could get passionate about it again, and I superseded the expectations in the moment that I never thought I could do. That's the best kind of day I could ask for. Let me know how your lives and lifts been going. I love hearing about it, and I will be back tomorrow for whatever happens. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.